my hair was just thinning out. So
Are you guys in like a mud room or something? Where the fuck are you?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
It's Fitz. Yeah.
Right, yeah, these people sucks. Where's Thorp?
Yeah. But I was.
Ben Thorp is live.
Let's go.
See, is he
He
posted
got a
it?
StreamYard?
I don't know. Oh yeah, he does, Eric. Yes, he fucking does.
You're gonna call him a loser
I don't know
over and over again.
The city of Warren had a person there
Okay, so
who
he
wanted
had it
to
there.
make the claim. So before that, I said, no, Your Honor, can I ask you a question? He said, you got a question? Sure.
So okay,
I said,
he
as
just
I
got.
understand
Give
it,
me
and
some
this is Rhode Island
background,
state law.
Eric.
Assault and battery
He just got
Okay.
arrested
are defined that battery is
for
an
kicking his daughter live on stream. Okay,
Okay, so child abuse.
or domestic violence. His daughter's an adult.
Oh, okay, that's even weirder.
Yeah, well, I mean, anything with family is domestic.
Yeah, I give it. It's like one thing when they're your child and you're raising them to spank them. It's another thing to kick them as an adult.
Well, here, let me find it real quick. I can just show you.
Oh, I saw it. I saw the
You
video
saw
you
it?
sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like he's just like she's sitting on his bed.
I wouldn't
Kicks
say
her.
that's a kick. That's not.
Well,
like a
he kicked her
forceful
right in
kick,
the
but-
ass. Like he didn't like full on like
I've
ninja kick or
I've been
anything.
kicked in the stomach by my father, and it was much more violent than that little fucking.
Well, then you should go in with that angle. Be like, this is all fucking gay.
Wait, is that Ben Thorpe? That's not Ben.
Yeah,
Thorpe,
that's Ben
is it?
Thorp.
Is he live now?
Yes, he is.
probably 500.
Situation you're dealing with, because you're presenting sound arguments, sound rhetoric, and I'm actually interested.
But wait a second. I wanted to make one point here about a clean record. A criminal record is what's being referred to, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I have an absolutely clean criminal record. So being arrested is not on your record, of course, if you're exonerated from the charges. So, all right. So Andrew is wrong. I have a completely clean criminal record, but he's welcome to come up. So we've got a little guest here. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Are we talking about anything specific or
So you have no idea what this channel, what we're doing here?
no?
Hi.
So
How
why
did
did
you
you
get
come
here?
up?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to speak to someone.
You wanted to speak to someone?
Yeah,
Ben's
why
a great
not?
guy to talk to.
All right, yeah. I wish you had been around yesterday. I needed a woman.
Really? So-
I needed a woman last night. Yeah, because I was going to court this morning, and sometimes you just want to, just even if a woman's not being particularly friendly, it's just nice to have a woman's touch, I guess you could say. Since
Absolutely.
yeah, thanks. So, what happened is today I was arraigned on assault and battery charges against my daughter, who claimed at the time that she was neither assaulted nor batteried. And I assumed that the judge would dismiss the charges since they didn't meet even the most minimal standard for assault or battery, but instead he yelled at me and told me I was crazy, which is not his job to do. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's super messed up. The whole
Do you
situation.
think, are you familiar with domestic violence laws and things like that? Vaguely.
Yeah.
The idea, I just say, as someone, I don't know where you come from on the spectrum. Do you the idea would be that they're designed to protect women and children, right?
Yeah.
But if they could be proven to do the opposite, wouldn't they be laws that we should get rid of?
Yeah, I could see that.
So, for example, if I was sitting next to you and I pushed you, but you enjoyed having a physical relationship with me and you pushed me back, right? And the police saw that clip.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you be able to say, like, that's fine. We're adults. He can push me and I can push him back.
Yeah, I don't see there's nothing wrong with the little push or little.
Right.
I don't. See
And
anything wrong with that.
even if you like more physicality, right? A lot of couples are into things like BDSM. Obviously, at a certain point, if we're playing Russian roulette with each other, or I'm like strangling you to near to the point of death. Obviously, in that case, right, the state can step in and say, like, you can't do this even if you want to, but it'd be a pretty high threshold, right? Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. I mean,
So we
if the
agree.
other person doesn't want to be like, manhandled like that, but if two people are
Sure.
consenting adults, then I don't understand what the issue is.
Right. I don't understand it. I
I
don't
don't
understand
get
it at
it.
all. And well, we'll go through the transcript a little bit here, which I did from memory, but presumably the judge wouldn't have any problem if, let's say, you and I were a couple and we were having rough anal sex, right? In today's society, no one's got a problem with that. That
Mhm.
could be seen as, a lot of people would see that as morally wrong, but the state wouldn't come in. Is that right?
Right. And I think there's nothing wrong with a little, being a little rough and stuff like that. Again, as long as it's two consenting adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Why
the
does
state of
it
Rhode
have?
Island doesn't think that's true.
Why does the state have anything to do with a father disciplining his child or anything like that? That's it. We don't live in communist China.
Yeah.
You
Well,
should be allowed to spank your kids, or if they're being annoying, push them off the bed with your foot.
Mhm.
I think so. I mean, we're not even talking about a child. We're talking about two adults. So it's even less, I think. But
I mean, you should be allowed to throw a plate of spaghetti at the wall. She's
I
an
agree.
adult. She can
Right.
fucking handle it. You
Right.
didn't throw the plate of spaghetti at her. You threw it at the wall.
right. I think it'd have to be like something that where there was serious injury where the state should get involved. Otherwise, they should say, we're going to exercise discretion here. Because if I had played roughly with one of my sons, right? Even if he broke his leg, if I had played roughly with one of my adult sons, who fucking cares? Get your leg fixed. And even if we were like sparring spontaneously, right? Boxing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it'd have to
that's
be
kinda
something where you'd
weird,
have like
dude.
significant injury. I
like-
mean, I know.
like I grew up in the late 80s and 90s where sons wrestled with their father, and yeah, there was a couple times I got hurt and stuff, but like he never broke my leg.
But even if he
That-
did
That's
accidentally, right?
That's like a major injury, dude.
Right. Well, I mean, did you ever think?
It takes a lot to break a leg. As
Yeah.
somebody that has broken their femur bone, and at one another time broken their tib and fib bone. Yeah, it takes a lot to break those bones.
Right. But if something had happened and you had broken your leg and you had gone to the hospital, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't think, and your buddy was videotaping it. No one would think to call the police, right?
No, of course not. Everybody would be trying to go, hey, the ambulance is going to cost a lot of money. We got to figure out a way to save that fucking money. Because it's the 90s. An ambulance costs $1,000.
Right. That's right.
Which meant something back then.
That's right.
And you are
Yeah.
allowed to spank your kids in discipline. I'm sorry. I saw the clip. I'm not going to play nonchalant. You kicked your adult daughter off the bed because she was being annoying shooting a video. What's wrong with that? You're lucky.
Well,
You're lucky
let's-
she didn't get a blackened eye.
Let's go through the rest of
You
the
must
transcript.
not be Irish.
Yeah, she didn't have a
Irish
scratch or
people
a
don't
bruise.
Put up with that shit.
Right. And actually, if you look at the clip carefully, those of you who have seen the clip, you actually can't even tell for sure if I did make contact with her. It's actually beneath the frame of the camera. So I don't think that matters, even if I did or didn't, but in actual fact, a lot of people are saying like, you're fucked. I think the First Amendment and also basic human rights allows people to say,
you know what I do? You do is you argue for late term abortion.
"Hmm." You mean it's
You
the
know-
same argument?
Remember the good old days when a father used to go, my daughter is crazy, so I'll put her in the insane asylum because she's gonna fucking ruin the family inheritance and everything. That's what needs to happen again.
Well, in
Can you
Russia,
Baker actor? Can you Baker actor? Is that
in Russia
is
and
that what
Hungary,
it
they've
is?
struck down these laws. And thanks for coming on. they've struck down these laws, and I think for good reason. But in the West, we think of it as like these terrible Eastern Europeans are endorsing violence against women. It's primarily about violence against women, and I think there's a misguided philosophy here. I actually don't. I think women more than men should advocate to have these laws dropped. Grace has experienced massive suffering from, I can't talk to her about it, but I know that she's experienced loneliness and things like that. I've seen her on stream from this thing, as well as having to pay to get me out of a charge she didn't want to have in the first place. Okay, so the judge says, what's your question? I said, I don't know why I'm here. The judge says, okay, you're here because you were charged with a criminal offense. You're here for the arraignment. Now he's acting like a judge. He's clarifying why I'm here. Although I'm asking the question, how am I here if the definitions aren't met? And then I'm going to enter not guilty pleas for you and pass that on to whatever it is, the next round. Okay, so then I said, well, oh, shoot, I undid that. How can I be accused of a crime when it doesn't meet the minimum standard as defined in the law, something like that? And the judge said, well, let's find out. And he pointed to the I assume it's the prosecutor or the representative of the city of Warren. And I said, oh, okay. He said, I don't know how to answer the question, but let's find out. So he's saying, okay, let's see if what their description of this meets those criteria. Now, notice he didn't deny that those are the definitions of the two charges that I received, assault and battery, which are combined into one charge, and then disorderly, which automatically goes with it. On March 9th, 2024, at approximately 9:14 p.m., the Warren Police Department received information from the Providence Police, an anonymous tip that a resident in our town was kicking his daughter on a YouTube live stream on the YouTube channel called Thorp TV Livestream. I think he was actually still live streaming. The defendant, Benjamin Thorp, can be seen laying on a bed with his daughter, Grace Thorp, at the foot of the bed. That's accurate. So the police accurately reported that. The defendant snarls his face, which is... I love the fact that they're sort of like now getting into sort of like painting a kind of picture, a little poetry here.
Theatrics.
Snarls his face before kicking the victim. The victim is okay. Now, before I would say they should legally say apparently kicking the victim, because the kick is not seen on the camera. But okay, that's a minor quibble. The victim is shocked and becomes visibly upset. The defendant gets up and walks away, and the victim appears to start crying and becoming hysterical. Okay, all of that would seem to indicate to me that this is a very minor situation. Officers responded to speak to both parties. On arrival, the victim explained that she and the defendant were performing for a YouTube audience and expected that we would arrive based on comments in her YouTube chat that told her they were going to be contacted, that they were going to contact the police. Then I said, it was something I think a little before this, but I said that I think again, I still don't understand how this meets the minimum standard. My daughter is in the courtroom. If you would like to corroborate, he said, the judge said, that's irrelevant. No contact order means you can't contact your daughter. I said, I know that. I was just simply saying that she was present in the courtroom. And when I came in the courtroom, I told the bailiffs that there was someone here who had a non-contact order because I understand they say, this is the craziness. They say no contact means you can't be in the same room together. However, in a courtroom, you can be in the same room together. I mean, contact would mean communication. It's not clear whether you can be in the same room as someone, or in the same building as someone, in the same town as someone. I have no idea how it makes any sense. And I don't know what the purpose of it is or how to interpret it, but that's irrelevant to this point. So he said that's irrelevant. I think it's incredibly relevant, Judge, that you're claiming there was unwanted contact, or the city is claiming there was unwanted contact, and the only person who would know that is right here in the fucking courtroom. Also, battery assault goes to a mental state. You can ask it of the person in this courtroom. Do your fucking job. You've taken away many of my rights. And you should be careful about continuing to do so. You've got to give me a basic answer. Okay. So I said, I know that. And he said, I'm going to enter your not guilty plea. Then I maybe I wrote this wrong, but can I just ask how this could possibly be some sort of ground for these charges, since it doesn't meet the definition of assault or battery? He said, sir, and he got very loud because he's a bitch. First of all, this is absurd. I said, I agree. He didn't like that at all. He said, I mean, your actions are absurd. Entertaining the world by pretending to beat up your daughter. Okay, now here's where he got into trouble.
Could I pause for one moment?
Yes.
You ever watch Jackass?
Yes.
Ben Margera made, I don't know how much money off of antagonizing and torturing his parents.
Right. Right. They did a lot of dangerous stuff.
For entertainment.
Right. Yeah. So this is where this guy is now like just throwing his career as a judge. Yeah, that's right, Vampkin. I believe that's true. But they're wrong. And they do have to respect it when you go straight up. Yeah, they want to have this kind of BDSM play where you talk to the attorney, they ask nice things to the judge. Fuck you. I got rights. If you don't want to get in the ring with me, then don't get in the ring. Dismiss the charges, let me go. And tell the fucking city of Warren to start acting like reasonable people and exercise discretion.
Stop it.
But if you want to get in the ring with me, let's fucking go.
Ben, do you know what's going on? What's up, buddy?
Scott, chill.
No, I'm not mad at him. I want to help him.
I'm happy to be talked.
Yeah, Ben, you should kick that judge too. He deserves it.
No, listen, you don't understand what's going on. The whole fucking system is backwards and upside down. You think you're going in there, entering into court.
Hold on, but this guy's going to talk for another half hour if you let him. So just be aware.
Well,
Provo, we'll be
Provo,
patient.
do you want him to have help, or you want to fucking tell me I'll just go away? Bye.
Come back, Scott. We love you.
Well, no, listen. If you want to understand what's going on, if you want to understand what's going the fuck on, if you go in there, the judge says guilty or not guilty, or the defense attorney's trying to get you to say guilty or not guilty. It's tantamount to saying, I'm going to pay or I'm not going to pay.
Right.
All right. So if you say not guilty, judge is going to go, fuck you. I'm going to make you pay. Okay. But
wait, you're saying the judge is in it for the money?
They're not going to tell you that, but if you ask him if he's bar associated, yes, he is. It's a monopoly. They have a bar
you're
association.
the sovereign citizen type of guy?
No, I'm not. I've stood on my fucking square and handled this before, but you're not going to if you don't listen.
Well, I would agree somewhat that there's a racket between because what are all judges before they're judges? They're lawyers, right? So they want to have a system where it's all a kickback. I understand this. I've been through this before. But in the end, they do have to make a case legally. They do have to. There are laws, they're written down. And if they fail to uphold those laws, they can get into big trouble. They can.
Who's going to get them in trouble?
Me. This nigga right here.
I gotta have a lot of money and then get their daddy to get them in trouble. How's that?
I'll go all the way to the fucking Supreme Court. I'm happy to do it.
There's a better way. You're actually in control of all this if you listen to me. If you go in there and argue with them, they'll handle you. They'll hand you your ass.
No, they didn't. They trolled themselves. This guy trolled himself.
I know you think that, Ben, but
no,
I'm going to promise you. Okay, they have what they consider a charge. So they've taken and they've turned an event that you're being charged for a crime, right? But crime and charge don't mix because charge means money. Money means commercial. Commercial means civil case now. He's in it for
you're doing legal sovereign citizen type stuff.
It's not sovereign citizen. You have to look at what's happening. If they're
I was charged with a misdemeanor, which is a crime.
Okay. Let me ask you, there is an injured party? Has she stated a claim? No, the state's coming after you. The state's picked up the charges.
Right.
Yeah, good evening, Ben. I just would like to say, good evening. I just like to tell you, Ben, I'd like you to enjoy prison. Get used to it. Bend over. Maybe you can get a pump. Maybe something.
Wait.
good will come in your situation. There's nothing
This
to wait. You
matters
don't
for
listen
you.
to me.
Wait, this matters.
You're
for
going to
you.
prison.
Wait, this
Ben.
matters
We're
for you.
going to prison.
No. Wait a second.
Go argue with them. Go have a fight
One
with the
second.
judge while
Don't
you're
talk.
at it. Yeah, you go
Wait,
have a
Ormax,
fight.
let me
No,
just
you didn't listen to me,
ask
did
you a question.
No.
Let me ask.
You should have
Let me
cashed out
ask
me
you a
last night.
question.
It was the best advice you ever got, you morons.
No.
Both of you are not going to last.
Let me ask
Why?
you a question. How do you feel about Larry Flint?
You are not Larry Flint. You are not a
I
multi-billionaire.
didn't ask you if I'm Larry Flint. I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm not fat.
How is your case anything relevant to Larry Flint?
All right, so can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Larry Flint?
Yeah, well, Larry Flint's a hero and you're not.
Okay, so you feel like he's a hero.
Yes.
Okay, and you're familiar, the People versus Larry Flint. It's a real
Yes.
thing. And you often start your streams with depositions by pornographers where they're basically telling the judge to fuck off and the legal system to fuck off. On what basis are they saying that?
That was a very important case, and your case is really not. It's not really having to do with anything because you're on camera, and they could, if they want, Ben.
Well, they were taking pictures.
Well, if you
They
want
were-
to tell a judge now on camera that they're bitches and everything, what you need to do is enjoy prison, enjoy the prison life.
No.
Okay?
So just hang with me for a minute.
I'm trying to get a pump today, Ben.
And also,
unlike things that you do.
respectfully,
I'm gonna do 500
General,
push-ups.
hey, General.
These fucking people on your stream
General,
can do a fucking thing.
General, I think.
What do you think about this woman over here?
Yeah,
General?
let's. Thank you,
I
Ben.
Popped
should have
up out
brought
of
her.
nowhere.
She's a fucking rotter. I don't care for her. I don't like her. She's bald.
Faith.
She's dysgenic, and she has fucking cat ears. Grow up.
She seems
Now,
nice.
You're so
Faith.
mean.
No,
Faith, you
I'm
like
talking
me to
gotta
to
talk
go
to
out
you a
on-
little bit like that sometimes. The general, he's frustrated. He's had a
No,
lot
I'm
of bad
not. You just
experiences
don't
with women.
listen. You came on to me asking for advice. You didn't listen to a fucking word of it. Now I want to tell you to enjoy
All right,
prison.
but she's kind of pretty, wouldn't you admit?
I want you to enjoy prison.
Well, but Hormack,
Tell her to get a
can
wig.
you admit she's kind of pretty?
Get a wig.
She might have alopecia.
That's not nice. I
General.
have alopecia.
There you go.
She has alopecia.
Well,
she has a
go
disease.
get on supplements for it. Do something.
That
Be
doesn't
proactive.
work.
Be
Oh,
proactive.
you really? You didn't do that as a fashion
General,
thing?
Now he
That's
went
not
over.
how
I
it
was trying to
works.
discuss Larry Flint. Now he wants to go over here.
He's
Ben,
hurting my
Well, I'm
feelings.
just saying, there's a lovely
Yeah,
lady
he's-
here.
He's out of bounds.
Faith, I think you'd like.
No, I don't
Hormack,
like
so
those
he comes
people, Ben,
across
because
as
they
a little
come
bit
from
angry.
all these people like this freak over here. They hang out with the clown cast. I don't like those people.
Me? I've never been
No,
to
not
Clown
you.
Cast. What are you
Her.
talking
Faith,
about?
Her.
can I
This
tell
one
you?
with the
Can I?
cat ears.
Hormack,
Yeah,
can
she's
we
a
tell her
rotter.
what happened last night? I think you're a little sore because
No, I'm not.
Lab-
I'm not here to
Lab
interact with
preferred
her.
me.
I'm
General,
not
I
here to
did
interact with
69
her.
push-ups today.
I-
He's
I
a
see.
man-
I'm going to
he's
do
a man
push-ups,
sperm.
Ben. If
He's
you
a
want,
man
you
sperm.
can't do push-ups, but get used to him in prison and keep yelling at the judge and see how that goes for you. All
No,
right? So tell me how that
no.
works.
You're an entertainer.
Yeah.
I'm an entertainer.
Yeah,
You say
well, no,
things
it's
that
not working
can
too-
be interpreted
Yeah.
as threats
Get 'em,
against
Joe.
women,
Good,
such
yeah,
as that
but
you're
I'm not
going
in
to
the
strangle
courtroom
them.
now, am I? I'm not in the courtroom, am I?
Well, but how are you not going to be a courtroom next? If I'm in a courtroom today, you don't think you're going to be in a courtroom tomorrow?
Yeah, but see, Ben, you could have went in there, pleaded no contest, and there have been no charges or anything drug on. Now you want to drag it on because you think you're very smart, and you're not smart.
No, you don't know that. It's an arraignment. I had to choose between guilty and non-guilty.
Uh-huh.
Not
And you could
guilty.
have just pleaded no contest, and they probably would have thrown it out.
No, I couldn't. You're supposed to be a Jew. You don't know shit about the law. Now, but I can tell you, you know some things about
Okay.
entertainment.
All right. You want to go back now and yell at the judge. Okay, Ben. Is that going to do
Now,
well
you
for you?
yesterday said you have chloroform game,
Yeah.
which means that you knock women out in order to have sex with them. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, that's a form of entertainment. But the judge says, I don't have a right to entertain people in certain ways. Now, in the United States
Yeah.
of America, that's basically not true because of what amendment?
Okay, well, go
The
argue
first
with them,
fucking
Ben.
amendment gives
But
me
when
the
there's
right to
video
free
evidence, and
expression.
if they
No,
choose
this
to,
guy
then
gets
you're
up
not in a
on
good predicament.
because he's a bitch.
Okay, well,
And
good.
he
Go
tells
tell
me
that
that
to
I
his
don't
face.
have the right
Well,
to free
well, you-
expression unless he fucking approves
Well, that's
of
what
it.
you need to do. Tell the judge she's a bitch, and I want you to see
Yeah.
that work out for you. All right,
Yeah.
well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well, and
Yeah.
hopefully
Well, isn't that what
everything-
Larry Flint did? Isn't that
well,
what Larry
you're
Flint
not
did?
Larry Flint, and the case is not revolving.
I'm not
around that
saying
at all.
I'm
I know
Larry
you're
Flint.
delusional enough, but
All right,
know,
you're just
it's-
upset because I ran better game on Lab than you. But I was
No,
trying to tell
Ben,
you that she was
are
running game on you the
you're-
whole time.
Ben, that woman is not doing anything. Nor do
All right,
I
let's
care.
try faith. Let's try to restore your.
Yeah,
restore
okay.
your
You
faith
tell me.
with
I'm
faith.
going to do push-ups, Ben.
I did 69 today, General.
Faith, are you a streamer?
No, I just like playing video games and stuff.
Oh, you look like a streamer with those ears. Are those part of the head thing?
Oh, I could take these off.
No. Oh, okay. No, I'm
Keep
not
them
telling
there.
you to.
I have autism, by the way. So like,
But you look
don't know
like
if
you have a
that matters.
streamer setup. You've got all the you've got the purple, the magenta color matching and stuff like that.
I mean,
I
I
think
kind of do, but on Twitch. But I only play video games and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah?
that. Hormaxa doesn't like me. I don't know what I did to him. He's just.
Do you know him?
I've seen him. I've been
Oh, you
on his
have?
stream like twice, but then he just got mad at me and kicked me off.
He Provo, you know the general very well.
Certainly.
And I think you would say that sometimes he comes off a little bit brusque. Would that be
Yeah.
the word?
I'm a forever loser, dork maxer, Christ insane individual, and you just got to accept your role.
I
So
think
I-
I think the general's love language is a lot of complaining, berating. But if you understand it as love language, then I think, Faith, you should feel like there's some warm and tinglies from that experience. If you knew him.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that clip or hated it. Either way, we're live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube or over on Rumble at rumble.com/c/ministry of dude. Links are in the description. But you know what? If you really love the show, you can go right on over to ministrydude.locals.com. Sign up for the Hammer Club. Just a mere $5 a month gets you access to all our bonus episodes where we really sink our teeth into the internet's most notorious, disgusting, and stupid characters. Come join us.